Morning guys, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to do a review on my Topstone 4 because I've had it just over a month now and I've done a few rides now, and I wanted to give you the in-depth review of what I think so far and give you some negatives and positives. But first I'll just quickly go through what's on the bike, what I've done on my previous reviews, what I put there, which it goes in depth in it. I'll just go a quick review and then go into my negatives and positives of the bike. So here goes. So I'll just quickly go through the bike and what you get with it. I did do a bigger review when I first got it, and I'll put that up there if you want to watch that. But basically I'll just go quickly through with this before I get into the negatives and positives. Basically I got a medium frame and I'm 6 foot by and a 30-inch leg, and it's perfect size for me. I got it in this nice black finish. It's got like a glittery effect in the sunlight. It is beautiful looking bike. It's alloy frame and you get the carbon fork, which at £799 I think is really good for the price point for that sort of frame, and I'm finding it quite good. It's basically comes with the Advent X group set, 10 speed. You get a 40 tooth on the front, 1x, and you get 1147 on the back cassette. And I'm going to go into that in a bit, and the positives and negatives, so stay tuned for that, and I'll go a bit more through that group set. And you get the old WTB Riddler tyres on it, 700 by 35s. I find them really good, but I'm going to go into that as well. And then the flared handlebars and the seat are Cannondale's own brands. And other than that, you get disc brakes, and it's both through axle on the back and at the front. But as you can see, it's a lovely looking bike. Yeah, and so I'm going to go through the negatives first, so stay tuned for this. So I'm just on a ride in Cannondale at the minute, so I thought it's a good time to test the bike out and give you my positive feedback and negatives. But first I'm going to go over negatives first. So the first negatives, even though in my previous review I said the group set was really good and was doing really well, well, it is for the price and for the budget end of the scale of the market, but it does feel a lot cheap once you've used it for a bit. It's quite clunky when it's changing gears. You can feel it's cheap in the hand when you're changing gears, and basically I'm just starting to become not a fan of it and want to upgrade to a GRX system or something like that, which I'll probably do in 12 months or so. But it is, if you're only commuting and doing a little bit of gravel riding, it's probably fine for that. But you know, for what I want to do, the big gravel rides and the going to like training to do events and stuff, it's probably going to need something a bit better. So that's one of my first negatives. My second negative is the brakes. The brakes are so poor. Even though I clean them with proper disc brake cleaner and all sorts, they still make a hell of a horrible noise every time you're pressing the brakes. I haven't got a clue what to do. I think it's just because the discs are really cheap end ones, and I'm probably going to have to change them. But not only that, the mechanical brakes, and I'm used to hydraulic brakes, so that's one thing I really want to change as soon as possible, really, because I'm used to hydraulic brakes and that's what I want. So that's two. The third one is the back through axle. It's easy enough to get it off dead quick, but to get it back on, it's an absolute nightmare. It's really hard to get back on the wheel because the gear system's so big and clunky, gets in the way and you struggle to get it in. And then once you get it in, you feel like you're threading the thread on the through axle, and sometimes it doesn't go in, it just spins and spins, and you think, oh god, I hope I haven't threaded it. But you get it in after eventually. It's just, if you want to change it quick, if you're on, you know, it's just not going to be quick. It took me about 25 minutes to get it back on. It was just a nightmare. And yeah, that's free. And the other one's probably the seat. The seat's alright if you're only doing between, you know, 5 to 10 mile rides, but after that it starts to get uncomfortable. It's really hard, and I'm probably going to change it out to the same seat I've got on my my other bike, and see how that goes, because I'm used to that sort of seat. It might be because I'm used to my other seat or something, but it just feels too hard after you've done over 10 miles. So I'm going to change that. But other than that, the overall feel of the bike, and for the price, you know, there's not that many negatives, and if you can get through them, then it's perfectly a fantastic bike. Anyway, let's get on to some positives. Right, first of all, some positives. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is the look of the bike. I mean, look at that bike. How stunning does it look? That beautiful glittery effect black colour, and it just looks stunning for me. It just looks a beautiful looking bike, and that's one draw what I seen when I wanted to get it. It just looked really nice bike, and I thought the components and stuff I could change that in the future, so I wasn't really worried about that, because I could change it in the future. Just the look of it I really like, and so that's the first positive. The second positive is the tyres on the bike. The WTB Grizzlers, when I'm on this gravel trail what I am today, it grips like mad onto the road. All this loose stuff, it just grips, and you feel more confident in going down a bit faster on the hills and stuff. And you know, I'm really impressed with the wheels and the tyres. You know, they really do impress me. That's another positive. A third one is obviously how light the bike is. It's around about 10 kilograms, which for an alloy frame and a carbon fork, I mean, for £799, you get a carbon fork, an alloy frame, and it's around about 10.5 kilograms, I think it is, and it's really light. You know, it does feel like you're riding, when you're going uphill, something what you could easily get up there. And yeah, I think, you know, especially, and another positive is obviously the price. So at £799, I got this on Evans Cycles. I mean, I can live with a group set and the negatives because it's so cheap, because I know in the future I could upgrade them anyways. So if you're looking for a budget bike and a gravel bike, then this is probably the one to go for. You know, like I said, the negatives are very small, and I am being picky, but you can change them negatives out and put different things on. That's another positive about this bike. Also, yeah, so also the cassette on the back, because it's 1147. I mean, there's not a hill I haven't got up yet because of the gear ratio. You put it on that big gear, on even on a 25%, and you just get up it. There's no worries getting up. So yeah, they're my positives. Hopefully they've helped. If you are thinking about buying this bike, and my negatives have worried you a little bit slightly, or are you looking at the positive and thinking, no, I can understand what you're saying, just drop a comment in the bottom and I'll try and help you as best as I can. Obviously I've done a couple of reviews on the bikes. I'll show you how it's like on the gravel. Now I've done a gravel ride as well previous, which I'll put a link up there if you want to watch that. And yeah, hopefully it's helped somebody, and enjoy your riding. And if, like I said, if you've got any comments, put it in the bottom. Obviously like and subscribe, because I'm got to be doing more rides on the bike, and I'll try and help you out as best as I can. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.